Most people see poultry farming as just raising birds for eggs or meat, but the truth is, your farm can be so much more than that. Every chicken, every egg, and every bag of feed is part of a system that can create real wealth if you manage it the right way. The difference between a struggling farm and a thriving one is not always about effort or luck. It is about how you think. Your mindset shapes every decision you make, from choosing what feed to buy, to how you sell your products, to how you plan for the future. Wealthy people think differently because they see challenges as opportunities, and they plan for the long term instead of looking for quick wins. They don't just work hard, they work smart. In this video, we are going to explore 10 mindset shifts that can transform the way you run your poultry farm. These are not abstract ideas. They are practical ways of thinking that will help you make better decisions, grow your business, and increase your profits. Before we talk about anything else, it's important to understand that your farm can only grow as much as your mind allows. Once you adjust how you see your farm and the opportunities around it, everything else becomes easier. The first mindset shift is learning to see abundance instead of scarcity. Many poultry farmers get trapped thinking that resources, money, or markets are limited. They worry about rising feed prices, falling egg prices, or unpredictable demand. This scarcity mindset keeps them small, reactive, and always anxious about survival. A simple way to understand this is to think of a glass filled halfway with water. A person with a scarcity mindset looks at that glass and sees it as half empty. They focus on what is missing, what they don't have, and what could go wrong. This is the mindset that says, I don't have enough feed, the market is tough, and I'll never grow. On the other hand, a person with an abundance mindset looks at the same glass and sees it as half full. They focus on what they do have and the potential it represents. They ask, how can I use this resource to produce more? How can I make this flock more profitable? What opportunities am I overlooking? This shift in perspective changes the way they approach challenges. Instead of being paralyzed by limitations, they explore solutions, experiment with new methods, and take calculated risks to grow. In poultry farming, abundance thinking transforms daily decisions. It means planning for growth rather than just maintaining the status quo. It means seeing each bird not just as an expense, but as an asset that can generate multiple streams of value: eggs, meat, and even manure for fertilizer. It means exploring new markets, diversifying products, and building systems that allow your farm to scale. Shifting to this mindset starts with your thoughts. Stop focusing on what is missing and start asking, what can I do with what I have? When you make this shift, your farm stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like a business with potential. The opportunities are always there. Abundance is simply a matter of how you choose to see them. Once you start seeing abundance, the next step is learning to work smart, not just hard. Hard work is essential, but alone it will not create wealth. Many farmers spend long hours tending to birds, cleaning houses, and selling eggs, yet their income barely grows. Smart thinking changes how you use your time, money, and effort to get better results with less stress. Thinking smart can take many forms. It might mean keeping detailed records to know which batches are most profitable, which feeds work best, or which markets pay the highest prices. It could also mean investing in simple systems like automatic drinkers or feeders that save you hours every day. Some farmers even train one trusted worker or a small team to handle routine tasks so they can focus on strategy, marketing, or even managing the farm while doing a full-time job and growing the business. I know a common challenge many farmers face with this approach is trusting someone else to run the farm while they're away. Many who have tried ended up losing money due to theft or poor management. The good news is, I've discovered a highly effective method to run a poultry farm from afar, and I'll share it in a video I will link at the end of this one. When you work smart, your farm stops being just a series of chores and starts operating like a well-designed business system. Every bird, every feed bag, and every sale becomes part of a larger plan to maximize profit and efficiency. This shift lets you leverage your effort so you're no longer trading time for money alone. The next shift is learning to treat money as a tool, not just something to spend. Many farmers earn money from their birds and immediately spend it on things that bring no return. They see income as something to be consumed instead of a resource to grow. Wealthy thinkers approach money differently. They see each coin as a seed that can grow into something bigger. In poultry farming, investing can take many forms. It might mean upgrading your housing to reduce mortality, buying better feed that increases egg production, or purchasing equipment that saves time and effort. It can also mean investing in your own knowledge, attending workshops, or learning new techniques. Each investment increases the potential of your farm and multiplies your profits over time. time. The key is to ask yourself before spending, will this purchase help my farm make more money or save time in the long run? If the answer is no, hold that money back. Wealthy farmers understand that careful, purposeful investment compounds over time, turning small gains into significant growth. Once you start investing wisely, the next shift is learning to think long-term. Many farmers expect results immediately. They measure success by the profit from a single batch of birds or how much they make in a week. But real growth comes from planning and patience. Wealthy thinkers plan for years, not days. Long-term thinking changes the way you operate your farm. It means focusing on practices that increase survival rates and productivity over multiple cycles, even if they take time or cost more upfront. It means building relationships with reliable buyers who will pay premium prices consistently, rather than chasing one-time sales. It means reinvesting profits to expand capacity instead of spending everything immediately. Think of your farm like a tree. You don't plant it today and expect fruit tomorrow. You water it, care for it, and give it time. Soon, it begins producing continuously. When you think long-term, your farm grows steadily, becomes more resilient, and produces wealth consistently instead of depending on luck or short-term gains. After learning to invest wisely and plan for the long term, the next shift is taking full responsibility for your farm and your results. Many farmers blame problems on external factors, the feed supplier, bad weather, low market prices, or even workers. But wealthy thinkers understand that blaming others keeps you stuck. They ask, what can I do differently to improve the outcome? Accountability gives you control. When you accept that your decisions determine your success, you stop waiting for luck or someone else to fix problems. For example, if mortality increases in your flock, rather than blaming the weather, an accountable farmer examines feed quality, housing conditions, and management practices to find the cause and fix it. This approach builds confidence, sharpens decision-making, and creates consistent results. Once you take responsibility, it's important to see failure differently. Every farmer faces challenges. Birds die, markets fluctuate, and diseases strike, but how you respond defines your success. Scarcity-minded farmers fear failure and avoid risks, which limits growth. Wealthy thinkers, however, treat failure as feedback. They analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and adjust their approach. For example, if a batch of chicks doesn't thrive, a successful farmer studies what went wrong. Was it the temperature, feed, or hygiene? They use this lesson to improve future cycles. By seeing mistakes as opportunities to learn, you remove fear from decision-making and become willing to try new methods, expand your farm, or explore new markets. Each failure becomes a stepping stone to greater success. Finally, move from thinking everyone else in the business is a competitor to seeing the power of collaboration. Many farmers operate alone, believing that others are rivals. But wealthy thinkers understand that working together creates bigger opportunities. Collaboration in poultry farming can take many forms. Farmers can buy feed in bulk together to reduce costs, share transportation to access larger markets, or even combine resources to supply big buyers. Working with others also creates an environment where ideas are exchanged and challenges are solved more efficiently. A single farmer can only grow so far, but a group working together can achieve much more. The next mindset shift is learning to focus on producing rather than just consuming. Many people spend most of their time watching others, following trends, or comparing themselves. Wealthy thinkers, however, focus on creating value. In poultry farming, producing means raising healthy birds, improving your processes, and delivering products that meet the needs of your customers consistently. When you focus on producing, you attract opportunities. Buyers notice quality and consistency, and other farmers respect your approach. Every effort you make, every decision to improve your farm, contributes to a system that grows stronger and more profitable over time. Producing consistently is what builds a reputation, increases sales, and establishes a business that can scale. Comfort can be a trap. It is easy to stick with familiar routines, breeds, or methods, but growth rarely happens in comfort zones. Wealthy farmers embrace calculated risk. They are willing to try new breeds, adopt better feeds, or improve their housing even if it requires extra effort or investment. They invest in learning and adapt when needed. Growth requires leaving the familiar and pushing yourself to do better. If your farm always looks the same, your income likely will too. To expand and increase profit, you must be willing to experiment, plan plan strategically, and take steps that others avoid because they are inconvenient or uncertain. This mindset opens doors to new opportunities and prepares your farm for long-term success. The final shift is the most important, moving from thinking like a farmer to thinking like a business owner. Being a farmer is about raising birds. Being a business owner is about creating systems, managing resources, and growing an enterprise. This mindset affects every decision you make: when to expand, how to manage money, how to market your products, and how to scale operations efficiently. A poultry farm that is managed as a business can survive challenges, increase profit, and create real wealth. Each bird, each egg, and each investment becomes part of a larger plan designed to multiply results. When you think strategically, your farm is no longer just a source of income. It becomes a growing enterprise that works for you and not the other way around. Success on your farm starts in your mind, not just in your chickens or equipment. Adopting these 10 mindset shifts, seeing abundance, working smart, investing, planning long-term, taking accountability, learning from failure, collaborating, producing consistently, embracing growth, and thinking strategically will change how you approach your farm, make decisions, and increase profits. Your farm can only grow as much as your mindset allows. When you adjust your thinking, you begin to see opportunities where others see problems, act decisively where others hesitate, and build a system that produces wealth consistently. Apply these shifts, and your poultry farm will no longer just be a routine. It will become a thriving business capable of long-term success. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more tips on building a profitable poultry business. And don't forget to click the video on screen to learn the method for running a poultry farm from Afar. It will show you exactly how to manage your farm remotely and profitably.